Back inside the Bell Center in Montreal, meeting number 186 between these two teams. Tonight's starting goaltender. Brought to you by Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness. Anton Khudobin had 22 saves last night in that win over Columbus. Carolina's team defense is number 16. Carey Price did not make it through his last game, but he had 22 saves in a 5-0 loss here against Washington on Saturday night. And their team defense is number 11. The officials tonight: Marc Jonette and Graham Skilleter are the referees, with Scott Cherry, Michel Cormier on the line. Sit back and enjoy this one from the Bell Center here in Montreal. Manny Malhotra, Aaron Palushai, the former Canadian, Nathan Gerbe up front for Kirk Muller, Justin Falk, and Andre Sekera on the back end. Montreal has lost 4 in a row. PK Subban comes across, and Palushai sends one high. Andre Sekera in control for Carolina. Off the stick of Palushai. Gained by Carolina's Nathan Gerbe. He'll grind along the boards. Justin Falk holding onto it. He'll dump it hard around. Sekera moving up on David Desharnais. PK Subban reverses, but poorly. And Carolina gets to work on the forecheck early.
Good first shift for Palushai, the energy you need, and he gets off when the puck's in the attacking zone. It was a 30-second shift.
Now they dump it in over the line. It comes all the way back. Alexei Yemelin back to play it. Stolen by Alexander Semin through the goal crease. Thomas Plekanec hands it off. Michael Bournival out to center. Chianta for Yemelin up on the play. Off a stick. Off John Michael Lyles. It went high. Eric Staal in control for Carolina. Yemelin now takes over for Montreal in the glove hand of Anton Khudobin.
I like that he holds on to that, slows this game down.
All right, Trip, let's take a look at tonight's Storm Tracker.
Well, it starts with a good first period, and that's because the Montreal Canadiens are as desperate of a team as you're going to find at any point during a regular season. And return to that New Year's Eve power play. Jeff Skinner and company got him back in the game. Biggest come from behind win of the year until last night. And puck support in all 3 zones. Getting that second or third man in to create numbers, and that's an advantage.
Rex Express Care, entries and scratches at the top of your screen. Rex Healthcare is chosen for excellence. Radek Dvorak not in the lineup tonight. Aaron Palushai recalled from Charlotte. Now Jordan Staal over the line with Jay Harrison. To the outside he goes. Little backhander steered along by Carey Price. Now Skinner readies for a shot, absorbed by Andrei Markov to the point. Harrison inside, darting his Skinner through the slot, mopped up by Markov. Not out. Now the Habs do. Lars Eller is away. He'll wind it all the way back in the Carolina zone. Elias Lindholm is pressured by Rene Bourque. Lindholm, the rookie, in control for Carolina. Out to center. Skinner peppering PK Subban, who gets back, and Skinner gets a chance. Denied by Carey Price.
Started with good puck support in the Carolina end from the defense and Lindholm.
Ron Hainsey with a shot blocked on the way through. Travis Moen is away for Montreal, moving it by John Michael Lyles. The Hurricanes have won 4 in a row and 10 of their last 13. Lyles. Options along for Drayson Bowman. The Canadians have it as we see. Subban for George Peros, and he'll get it deep. Lyles ahead of Travis Moen on the forecheck. Riley Nash for the Hurricanes. Out to center, it's Bowman. Unattainable for Tuomo Ruutu. Now coming back to it is Douglas Murray. Now the Canadians will start again. Travis Moen. Through center ice, Drayson Bowman cuts it off. Moves it back for Lyles. They start again. John Michael Lyles knocked down by Travis Moen. Daniel Briere will head off on a line change and get it deep.
And one of the reasons the Hurricanes have been successful, boy, the forwards are coming back smartly and helping the defense to spend a lot less time than you would in other cases in your own end.
Brendan Gallagher for the Canadians, broken up. The Canadians are offside as they cross, and we see Kirk Muller for the first time tonight.
I think the greatest compliment to Kirk over the last week since the Philadelphia postponement, this string of 4 wins, is the team has taken on his personality, playing with the type of resolve they have. And poor Michel Therrien, he knows full well, because this is his second tour of duty as the bench boss for the Canadians, what it's like in this town when things aren't going well. And it didn't go well Saturday against the Washington Capitals.
No, it took them 13 minutes in the second period to get their first shot of that period. And they had an ovation from the 20,000 plus here that they didn't want to hear. The mock cheer went up, and it was loud. Now Malhotra. Palushai denied by Markov. Justin Falk with a shot, swallowed by Carey Price. And we got a stoppage, a little disturbance in front. Manny Malhotra, and Tomas Plakanec. With the Canes win tonight, all Caniacs win. Get 50% off your entire menu price online order at participating Papa John's the day after a Canes win. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Well, Eric Staal is going to use the backhand here and try to win it to Elias Lindholm. Falk comes down low. The only reason he's there is if that puck goes to the boards, it helps you maybe get possession.
Eric Staal wins it back. Justin Falk now will move it ahead. PK Subban. Peppered on the forecheck by Yuri Talusti as it kicks out of play, and we get another stoppage.
Boy, Yuri Talusti covertly really putting his game together, coming back from the appendectomy, and his game was just coming together then. I mean, he was a big part of that third period comeback last night.
He made a great play separating Fedor Tutin from the puck, which led to the tying goal scored by Eric Staal. Andrej Sekera. Eric scoring those 2 goals in the span of 1 minute, and then of course Jordan, his first ever game winner as a Hurricane. Josh Georges, a lead pass for Michael Bornival. It comes all the way back in the trapezoid. Anton Hudobin moved for Sekera. It goes by Georges all the way back in the Canadian zone. This is icing against Carolina.
And I've already talked about the organizational depth. We've seen it. The Hurricanes are among the leaders in the league in man games lost. Tonight, Radek Dvorak, veteran guy, this busy stretch of hockey. Give him a night off. Fresh legs of Palushai, former Canadian, definitely not intimidated playing in this building. Has the trust of the coaches. First shift was excellent, and it was, I think, 29 seconds long.
5 games, 7 days for the Hurricanes. Yemelin shot off the stick of Pacioretty, who has 21 goals, and it goes out of play. Let's go down to ice level and join Chantel McCabe.
Thanks, John. Well, as Tripp was just talking about, Aaron Palushai playing tonight. His first NHL game was March 17th, 2011 for the Montreal Canadiens. And we know that a lot of Hurricanes players have their own way to kind of get ready for the game. And Aaron Palushai does a lap around the concourse level in front of all of the fans. It's pretty cool to see. He says it's just a way for him to meditate and get his focus for the game. Guys?
He might compete in the Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro in one of the track events.
That's already Desharnais, Markov. David Desharnais in control. Off the body, off Lindholm. Pacioretty off the stick of Hudobin, and Brendan Gallagher was awaiting.
Yeah, that's one of the things about Hudobin. You don't see it from a lot of goalies. He has a very effective stick, but by using it, it's just a jab. It doesn't put himself out of position.
Boy, Hudobin was so good down the stretch last night in Raleigh. Preserving that 3-2 win was by Mike Komisarek, the former Canadian, and icing is called here against Montreal.
That's a classic example of the wrinkle in the icing rule where you have to touch it. That may have not been icing a year ago. Great play, but you see the jab? I mean, if it doesn't work out, he still can get over and perhaps make the save on Gallagher, who's about pound for pound as tough of a forward out of the Vancouver Giant organization as you're going to find. This guy's making a great statement, Hudobin.
13 consecutive appearances and 12 starts as we saw. Canadians now Pacioretty on his way to the Olympics as a member of Team USA. Mike Komisarek paired again with Jay Harrison. They've been very good as a 5-6 pairing. It comes all the way back to Carey Price. Andre Markov. Greeted by Riley Nash, and now the Canadians have it as we see Rene Bourque. Lars Eller given a hard hit by Tuomo Ruutu in back of the play. Nash now back in his own zone.
That's amazing, isn't it? Tough stretch of hockey. The Hurricanes have had a far better start.
Brandon Prust with a shot swallowed by Anton Hudobin. Tonight's Moe's Southwest Grill. Hey, what do you say, Queso players? Jordan Staal, if he scores tonight, all Caniacs receive a free side of Moe's famous queso and hot fresh chips tomorrow at any Triangle locale.
Now, the last thing I want Jordan to do is to think about making fancy plays. But when you look at that play he made on an excellent defenseman who's been compared to Niedermayer, Murray, and Columbus, that tells you about the type of upside he has if he just focuses on simple hockey.
Manny Malhotra, Aaron Palushai, and Nathan Gerbe for Carolina. On and off the stick of Palushai. Out to play it is Carey Price. Nathan Beaulieu. Daniel Briere now. Travis Moen for the struggling Briere. Broken up by Palushai, and the Hurricanes restart.
How many examples do we see every year? You don't win in this league usually spending in free agency. You know how you win in this league? You stay on the front edge of equipment changes.
Okay.
And there's a new Bauer is putting it together. It's a new, you can pull a blade out with a trigger there. Okay, Eric Staal, right before he scored his 2 goals, had a problem with both skates. And there's a suitcase on the bench that has individual edges for all the players. Eric Staal, if he was using an old boot, would not have been available to score those 2 goals. He would have had to go to the locker room to get the sharpening done. How about the equipment staff for the Hurricanes that literally changed the game with that innovation last night?
And they helped us with that piece. That was Bobby Gorman getting it done as he did last night when it really counted. You attempted that, and it didn't work.
That's true.
So I'm not sending you to the hardware store. Now, Gerby with a shot denied by Carey Price. Rennie Bourque gets help from Lars Eller. They play catch, and here they come. Josh Georges moves up. Here's a chance. They score! Brandon Prust in the dead slot, all alone, and the Canadiens strike first.
Well, Carolina creates an excellent chance, and Gerby's thwarted with a chest save of Carey Price. And the Hurricanes get 3 forwards caught deep. All right, so they're already up against it. But the 4th guy jumping in actually happens to be Prust, because the defenseman Georges has already jumped in at the right time. You've got the net drive, who also avoids the goaltender. I believe that's Lars Eller. So that's the perfect counter. After the good save from Price, Georges jumps, and then a forward who actually is acting sort of as a trailing defenseman, Prust, scores the goal.
His 5th goal of the season, his first in 13 games for Brandon Prust. John Michael Lyles plays it along the boards. Hornival for Chianta. Hurricanes take over, and Hainsey now will push it deep. Alexei Yelman, a tight turn that time on Jordan Staal. Skinner in support, fanned on by Lindholm. Hornival now will slide it all the way back to Anton Khudobin.
That was the second good chance for Brandon Prust of this first period. He's a character guy. Speaking of free agency, he was a good signing. A lot of people thought overpaid at the time coming over from the Rangers.
They needed grit, and they picked up a guy that delivers all of that on a consistent basis. Now Desharnais. Brendan Gallagher going down. Josh Georges and Rennie Bourque get the assist on the goal scored by Brandon Prust. Goal number 5 at 6:11. Now Sekera. Dug out by Gallagher. He's been hard-pressed to score of late. Pacioretty along the wall, grinding for Montreal. Given a jolt by Justin Faulk. Desharnais attempts to dig it out. It's a 4-man scrum. The Canadiens have it. It goes off Pacioretty, gained by Andre Sekera, and out they go.
I actually like the Hurricanes start a lot better than last night, despite giving up the first goal.
Pacioretty, play read by Justin Faulk. Angled off the boards by Malhotra, comes all the way back, and now PK Subban spins away from Aaron Belushi. Max Pacioretty elevates the puck, knocked down by Sekera. Briere's in, pulling out all the way across. Circling is George Parros. Briere off Khudobin. Now Subban out in the slot, broken up. Belushi back out to center.
Well, the Hurricanes found the post with their sticks that allowed Khudobin just enough time to be able to get over and make that blocker save.
Nathan Gerby underneath it and out. Off the stick of Manny Malhotra. Played here by Georges. Greeted by Malhotra. It springs back. PK Subban in control. Travis Moen attempts to keep his feet moving, and now the Canadiens recoil. 11:35 left in period 1. 1-0 Montreal on the goal scored by Brandon Prust as the Canadiens get it deep. Anton Khudobin to the corner now. Jay Harrison. Through the center zone, they attack. Here's the captain, Eric Staal, over the line. Crisscrossing with Semin. Shifting gears, he circles the wagons, holding onto it. Flushed out by Andrei Markov, he stays with it. Staal plays it beautifully back to his stick. Here's Komisarek, his shot caught by Carey Price. 11:09 left to go in period 1. Brandon Prust has the goal, and Anton Khudobin comes up big in this situation to keep it. 1-0 Montreal.
Welcome back to Montreal. It's a 1-0 lead for the Canadiens. Last night, a very exciting victory, 3-2 for the Hurricanes. Let's find out more about that with our Geico quote, where Jordan Staal had this to say about the win. we could feel our momentum shifting. Going into the third, we felt good with our game. We just wanted to get that one and go from there. And by the way, talking to a lot of the guys, they said last night was the loudest it's been at PNC Arena all season. So kudos to the Caniacs.
Absolutely.
Well,
It's a playoff-like feel.
and you want the playoffs, Chantel, because you have not experienced that before, and it is loud.
Borney-Ball holding onto it. Reddy gets it back, fought off by Hudobin. Michael Borney-Ball with a couple of chances there. It's loose. Along the boards now, pinched by Markov, broken up, carried out by John Michael Lyles. Read at the line by Yemelin. Jordan Stahl shies away from Yemelin, and that gives Brian Giunta a chance to play the puck out to center. Tomas Plekanec now will circle back in his own zone. 10:35 left in period one. 1-0 Canadians. The shots are 6-4 Carolina. It springs all the way back in the Hurricane zone. Montreal guilty of icing.
Brendan Prust is a 3-zone hockey player. Former London Knight. Here he is. Let's just roll this back. Comes back, recognizes he's not the guy with speed. Now stop it right here. I want you to watch the net drive of Lars Eller. That helps to create just enough of a seam for Prust to jump in and score.
Eric Stahl, Yuri Tlusty, Alexander Semin get out there now for Kirk Muller. Look at the goal scorer. Brandon Prust with his 5th goal of the season. Tomas Plekanec will be the captain of the Czech Republic Olympic team. Canadians have quite an assortment of players heading over to Sochi.
And it's going to be, of course, very interesting to watch how that impacts teams that have a variety of players after the break. St. Louis, who we will see next, also will have many bodies going.
8 players in the Montreal roster going, and 2, including both goaltenders. Faulk now D-to-D for Andrej Sekera. He will represent Slovakia as they dump it in. Icing is called here against Carolina, and we'll swing it back.
Well, a few minutes ago, Eric Stahl really had a dominating shift, and he challenged Andrei Markov. Andrei Markov's a great defender. He'll be a Russian Olympian. But right now, he's been tired of late. He has not been himself. So if you have a chance, you want to challenge him. He and Emelin in particular, at times they've been a great pairing, but they haven't been themselves of late.
Canadians have lost 4 in a row, 3-6-1 in their last 10. They are 14-9-3 in this building. Carolina is 2 games over 500 on the road. Hurricanes will come home and host the St. Louis Blues on Friday night. We'll start with Hurricanes Live right here at 6:30. Georges off the stick of 7, gained by Eric Stahl. He'll feed it across for Andrej Sekera, who looks it over. He's 9th in terms of defense scoring right now. Yuri Tlusty to the outside of Subban. Now it's played by Alexander Semin, broken up by Max Pacioretty and back out. Justin Faulk now will dump it in for Carolina. Carey Price legally in that trapezoid and swooping all the way back. It's PK Subban, who's a one-man breakout. As the puck is dumped all the way down to Anton Hudobin. He'll freeze. 9:31 left to go in this first period. We emanate tonight from the Bell Center. Brandon Prust has the game's only goal. Blank cold hard facts. We'll take a look at part of his long NHL career. Very special time. Here's a Canadian.
Which culminated by winning the Stanley Cup and beating the LA Kings in 1993. But what I like most is I truly believe that it didn't take long for Kirk Muller to think of himself as a Carolina Hurricane. I can tell you, a team that you can catch in the standings. He wants this game badly to keep this roll going.
No doubt about it. Once you get that spot. Now Prust out of the corner. Inside for Rene Bourque. Played to the corner. Now Malhotra attempts to move it. Eller cuts it off. Lars Eller inside for Bourque. Out in front, denied by Anton Hudobin. And we see the puck pop all the way back. Nathan Beaulieu is on it as he sets up Douglas Murray.
That's an example where when the stick doesn't work, it doesn't mean that Hudobin's out of the play. He had another line of defense. It was his pad. That's a nice save.
Grayson Bowman gets to it. Knocked down by Komisarek, and now Tuomo Ruutu looks around. Angling by Douglas Murray. Price plays it, but it's intercepted by Riley Nash, who goes to work down low. 2 Canadians on him. Young Beaulieu now tries to dig it out. Here's a chance out in front. Prust is there to mop it up. And the Canadians now will clear it all the way back in Hurricanes ice.
That was an actual Cornell battle. Riley Nash and Douglas Murray, the big red. And they're both wearing red tonight out of Ithaca, New York.
Now Plekanec. will start from his own zone away from Pelushai. Read at the line by John Michael Lyles. Josh Georges steps in. He'll move it by Lyles. Getting to it is Bornibal. On the outside, Plekanec back to the point. PK Subban holding onto it. He'll look it over. His shot off the body off Manny Malhotra. Bornibal out of the corner, stopping and starting. Michael Bornibal getting back up on Malhotra. They jam along the boards. Gionta with a shot blocked by Lyles. Plekanec now plays it, skates to stick. Plekanec sets up a man, Brian Gionta, the Canadian captain, to the outside. He'll go deep. Bornibal is there, checked by Malhotra. Plekanec in control, holding onto it. To the point, Subban, he'll dust it off. It goes by Malhotra. Michael Bornibal. Now Brian Gionta to the outside. Good possession time, but the Hurricanes keep them to the outside, and away they go. Nathan Gerbe fended off by Carey Price.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those situations. You look at attacking zone time, but the Hurricanes defended well.
Elias Lindholm moves in. A tough angle shut down by Price. Subban tries to clear. He gets help from Pacioretty. Justin Falk off the stick of Pacioretty. It goes high. Georges separated from it beautifully by Jordan Staal. They jam along the boards. Out of the scrum. Staal grinding for Carolina. Plekanec springs a man. It's Pacioretty. Falk getting back. Two U.S. Olympians. Falk has a hold of Pacioretty. Here's a chance off the goal post. Brendan Gallagher. Delayed penalty upcoming against Carolina. 6 skaters out for Montreal. Desharnais broken up by Jordan Staal. And the Canadians go to the power play.
Boy, Justin Falk did just about everything to play this legally. I don't think he likes it at all. You're right. There'll be teammates in Sochi. Let's watch if you see a hold. Boy, I don't see it from that first angle. Let's see if we get another look. Ooh, baby. It certainly was. If Falk was guilty of a hold, Pacioretty was guilty of just as much of a hold. I thought he played it very, very well.
So Montreal gets the game's first power play. They are 13th overall, 21st at home. Carolina tied for 24th on the kill. Markov with a shot off the glove hand of Khudobin. David Desharnais angles a pass off for Brendan Gallagher. Back to the point. Here's PK Subban. Gallagher in his second season hands it off to Desharnais. Subban, it goes between the wickets. Good break for Carolina. Carey Price is out to play it.
Now, if the Canadians get entry, you have to make sure you really play Subban and Markov aggressively. That's the strength of this man advantage.
They ice the puck on the power play, which is something you never want to do. Hey, Caniacs, your chance to win a team-signed hockey stick from Rex Healthcare. Simply follow Rex Healthcare on Twitter and tweet the hashtag RexHeart right now for your chance to win. The winner will be notified by reply tweet and announced in the third period.
Team that leads the league in shorthanded goals. This could be a quick opportunity if Semin gets a chance.
Canadians now with that much time in the power play settle it down. Subban will quarterback. Andrei Markov will occupy the other point position. He brings it along. Tough time gaining entry, and now they do. They turn it over. Komisarek, out she goes. All the way down to Price.
Oh, that's a great job of stacking up at the blue line. You force a dump in, which Montreal didn't want to do, or an offside.
Pacioretty over the line, pulls up. Subban in control. The backhand dish for Pacioretty. Downstairs it goes, Gionta. Brian Gionta, Max Pacioretty back to the point. PK Subban walking the line. Now in control, it's Markov. Plekanec turns to the wall, looks it over. Gionta in deep again. To the outside, Plekanec, one-timer, Subban, it goes wide. Ricochets off the glass. Short-handed breakout, Drayson Bowman. Bowman's in for a chance. Great save by Price twice. Jordan Staal had the follow-up. Pacioretty right back. Over the line, goes wide of Sekera, who plays it well. Jordan Staal in control, and away go the Hurricanes.
Proposed play by Jordan Staal. He's tired. Don't go for another short-handed rush. That's the type of big save and rebound save you need when a team's in a rut. Well placed, almost a pass from Bowman on the initial try.
Now Gionta losing control at the line. Gerbe on Brian Gionta. Riley Nash in control. Falk has 4 seconds remaining. Nash over the line. Gerbe to the outside. Little toe drag defended well by Nathan Beaulieu. And out of the box is Justin Falk. Beaulieu now in control. Even terms on the ice where it counts. Montreal by 1, and the Canadians ice it.
That was a heck of a kill. The one good Subban chance where the Montreal Canadiens love to work it low so the points become available, and they did it well. But if you miss the net, it can lead to something. Hits a stanchion, and Bowman here knows, if I shoot far side, it might act as an actual pass, and that's just a heck of a save by a Canadian Olympian in Carey Price.
It'll be interesting to see who the #1 guy is. Roberto Luongo or Carey Price to start. Mike Smith is the third goaltender, but Price and Luongo are the contenders for the #1 job right now.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It really is, John.
Yeah. Semin doesn't get there. Icing is called. 4:28 left in the first period. We'll swing it back.
See, I would have said Price, and I was really impressed. This is good to see. A little spark. Semin was started to really gain his confidence. I want to see him get back to shooting pucks, north-south hockey tonight. But for Carey Price, to have the type of visible frustration that he did in that comeback and rally on New Year's Eve, banging his stick over the bar when I think it was 3-1, you can't do that. It's so important. The whole team feeds off of that. Even if you're boiling over inside, you have to be calm, and that's one area he's really, really improved upon. Either way, he has been the Canadiens' best player this year.
Well, the numbers are not good for him, but he's been hung out to dry. They have been very porous in front of him. And that was the case here Saturday night. Washington came in here and just had their way. And they stewed over that for the last couple of days. Lars Eller, Eric Stahl wins it back. Along the boards now. Travis Moen, Mike Komisarek come together. Andrei Markov, Yellowman with a shot. Off the blocker of Hudobin, and Krust was the best in front of him now. Alex Semin for Eric. Eric over the line. Semin crisscrossing, getting some room, turning, thinking about a shot. Here it comes. It deflects wide. Yuri Tlusty is on it. Eric in back of the goal, out in front for Semin, negated by Markov. A good play. The Canadiens transition. Krust, defended by Sekera. Now Tlusty to the board, sandwiched by two Canadians, Eller and Moen. Out of the reach of Alex Semin, who's back to get it.
The skating ability combined with the stick of Sekera. Prior to that, that's one of those situations Semin probably wishes he was a left shot. I've liked the jump of the big line centered by Eric Stahl in the first.
Through center, it comes all the way back. Jordan Stahl on the gallop, pressuring Subban. Georges moves it. Gianta stationed on the wall, not out. Hainsey goes deep. Subban. Jordan Stahl centers one out in front. It rolls in on Carey Price. And we get a stoppage of play. Carey Price comes up big a couple of times. The shorthanded sequence, Grayson Bowman, and the follow-up on Jordan Stahl. 19 left to go in period one. The Hurricanes down 1-0.
Well, I just look at this as an awesome challenge because during this 10-3 stretch, the Hurricanes have won games different ways. They've won games coming from behind, a couple of different occasions. They've won games without their captain when Stahl was hurt. They've won games in Buffalo in the return for two popular teammates. Now, a team in a original Six City that's as desperate as you're going to find. Tough, busy stretch of hockey. This is another layer of the challenge.
Now to the point. Lyles to the corner. Georges tied up by Jordan Stahl. John Michael Lyles gets to it. Goes by Elias Lindholm. It comes all the way back in Canes ice. Just about 17 minutes gone in period one. John Tripp and Chantel with he was always a turnover. Plekanec turns it back over to Elias Lindholm, and they start again. Lindholm through the center zone. Over the line. Goes wide off the stick of Georges. It goes astray. Jeff Skinner tied up by Michael Bournival. The Canadiens win that battle, and PK Subban has control. Got time and space to make a play. Plekanec now coming back in his own zone. Tomas Plekanec, Michael Bournival. Lays it ahead for Gianta. Lyles is back for Carolina. Aaron Palushai looks around. Through the center zone on the tape of Manny Malhotra, who gets it deep.
By the way, what's the Canes record since John Michael Lyles became a Hurricane? You look at it, he just missed the Montreal game. He started in Washington, which was part of a 5-game winning streak. He's been around ever since.
Now Sekera at the point. Dangling away through a maze of bodies. Nathan Beaulieu knocking it down for Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher tries to get it out. He succeeds. Pacioretty for Desharnais. He goes down, stays on his feet. And as he gets back up, moves it inside for Pacioretty. Out of the corner. Desharnais ties up Palushai at the point. Andrei Markov Here it comes. Stopped by Hudobin. Loose for Pacioretty. Now Markov again. Next Pacioretty. Off a stick. Yemelin leaves it there for Markov. His shot caught off and swept aside by Hudobin. David Desharnais. Montreal maintaining possession. Pacioretty. Now Brendan Gallagher stopping and starting out in front. Hudobin shuts it down. They score! They never give up and bang it home. Brendan Gallagher did all the work. Desharnais at the side of the goal. Montreal with a 2-0 lead.
Well, the Hurricanes had, one, a chance to get a puck out that they didn't, and then two, I thought Hudobin was going to be able to get a whistle right here, and he couldn't. And so now you have the wear down effect. You're tired coming in, 5 games, 7 nights. Now you're hemmed in. Referee was in really good position. I mean, I just can't. Yeah. Referee's in a perfect spot to not lose sight of the puck. And then the next thing I'm looking for is, did it go in off of a stick? And it sure did.
It'll be Brendan Gallagher's goal. He fished it out. Never gave up on the play. Broke in a big way a season ago. He scored and has had productivity this season, but of late, he's hit a wall like everybody else.
And Desharnais gets in there and I think just avoids enough contact. He's a smaller player to begin with. Just avoids enough contact with Anton Hudobin.
Lars Eller scooped up by Anton Hudobin, and now Riley Nash. And Lars Eller push and shove.
And when I talk about the ability to learn, that was a perfect example. That whole sequence is Carolina needs to do the little things well when energy's not on their side, like getting pucks out, like getting a whistle when they need it. And there's a little nudge there by Desharnais. Referee's in a perfect spot to determine if it impacts Hudobin's ability to do his job.
Brendan Gallagher, 14th goal of the season from David Desharnais and Max Pacioretty at 18:44. Rene Bourne, Brandon Prust, John Michael Lyles for the Hurricanes, run into by Lars Eller, and the Canes buzz back out to center ice. Here's Ron Hainsey. This way for Eric Stahl. He'll pull up. Subban defending. Lars Eller digs it out. 40 seconds left in period 1. Almost a turnover. It goes off the stick of Eric Stahl. Subban in control by Bourque and back out. Ron Hainsey on the wall. Alexander Semin pulling away from Josh Georges. His shot swallowed by Price. Monday night, college football fans follow the nation's top high school recruits through National Signing Day, and the Next Class 2014 join Jen Hildreth, Chad Simmons, and Jamie Newberg as they watch the moves that will shape the future of college football. It's the Next Class 2014, Monday at 10 on Fox Sports South.
Simmons stays on the ice where Lindholm would be typically with Skinner and Jordan Stahl.
Semin off the draw, denied by Carey Price. A draw won by Jordan Stahl. Out to center. Justin Falk coming all the way back. No icing here. 14 seconds left in the period. 13 shots for Carolina, 10 taken by the Canadians. Markov with a shot tipped just wide by Brian Giunta. Travis Moen to the outside of Jordan Stahl. As the siren goes here at the Bell Center, Aaron Palushai will be Chantel McCabe's guest as she kicks off the PNC Bank first intermission, and Kirk Muller will be in the Twitter lounge between periods 1 and 2. We look forward to that. Montreal 2, Carolina no score after 1 period on Fox Sports Carolina.
We'll press forward and do our best and hopefully correct this very soon. Off the opening face-off of the second period, the Hurricanes down 2-0. Brandon Prust and Brendan Gallagher have the goals so far. The Hurricanes cross the Montreal line offside.
Well, Eric Stahl probably told the boys between periods we're right where we want to be. By the way, the second period has been by far Carolina's best. They have outscored their opposition 60-47, so a plus 13. By far their biggest production in the middle period.
Hurricanes have won 4 games in a row coming in. The Canadians have lost the same number in consecutive fashion. It comes all the way back. Icing is called here against Montreal. We'll swing it back. 19 seconds gone in period 2.
So I try to figure out why Carolina has been so good in second period. To me, they've been smart about their line changes. They've kept them short. even though they weren't rewarded, their game turned around against Columbus in that middle period, and they can hope for the same tonight.
And that was without reward. And that was what was so good about it is they hung in there. They had nothing to show after 2, but continued to just slug it out, led by this guy who had 2 in a span of a minute, tied the game, then younger brother took over. And the Hurricanes won that game over Columbus in regulation and occupy the final playoff spot in the Metropolitan Division as we start play tonight. Andre Sekera, Eric Stahl through the center zone. Wheels along for Jiri Tlusty, who gets it deep. Eric attempts to hunt it down. He succeeds. Back to the point. It goes off Max Pacioretty. It comes all the way back, and John Michael Lyles is ahead of him. Ron Hainsey, an original first-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens, wheels it back for Lyles, and they start again. At the line, David Desharnais taking down Jordan. Now Lyles moves it on the wing for Alex Semin as they cross the line offside, and we get a stoppage.
Tell you what, there aren't many times where David Desharnais will take down Jordan Stahl when you look at that size differential. And for the Hurricanes, if they can somehow steal points here, you look at the remaining games, the 4 of them at home before the Olympic break.
We thank you for your patience. As you can see, we're back to normal here. At the Bell Center, Alexei Yemelin paired on defense with Andrei Markov, steered along by Pacioretty. Nice pinch by Lyles. Here's Jordan off the board. Picked off by Markov, off the stick of Jordan Stahl. Now breakout 2-on-1. Pacioretty knocked down by Gallagher. Shut down by Hudobin. Markov in front. They score!
Pacioretty! That was like a delayed reaction. Max Pacioretty, his 22nd goal of the season. 3-0 Montreal.
One of the reasons the Hurricanes have been good is because they haven't pinched if they don't have support. Hainsey tries to seal it quickly, which is a risky play. If it works, great. If not, it leads to a golden opportunity. Hudobin makes the save. Pacioretty, who's been more known for his goal scoring, sets up Gallagher. Lively rebound. And then he follows up the play. I mean, is that not the all-around game of Max Pacioretty? To not admire the type of pass that you just made, but it really was the breakdown.
Here's Lars Eller scooting in. And denied by Hudobin. René Bourque at the side of the goal. Almost 4-0 Montreal. Gerby out to center. Attempts to get it by Prust. Nathan Beaulieu is back on it, and a penalty is called on the way through. Let's take a look at the first period numbers brought to you by Buffalo Brothers. Oh, man. Now I want wings. We'll take a look at the shots on goal. Carolina by 3 in period 1. Scoring chances. Canadians by 1, who out-hit the Hurricanes 7-3 in the first 20.
Well, Hudobin makes a save after the goal and a heck of a save moving across. You know, the goal was created by a tough pitch at the offensive blue line. By the way, big power play coming up here. If it goes to 4, you know, with the way the Hurricanes have played, they'll be going back home, but they've ridden Hudobin. At some point, you've got to at least think this could be a chance to give Peters some work, and that could be one silver lining.
Short-handed, Tomas Plekanec with a shot rejected by Hudobin, and Lyles cleaned up the rebound. Travis Moan was going for the front of the goal. Now Semin with a shot over the top of Carey Price. John Michael Lyles in control. He'll move it deep. Travis Moen cutting across on Jeff Skinner. Lyles plays it off the stick of Plekanec, gained by Alex Semin inside Lindholm. Off Price and fished out by Travis Moen as they kill time. Brandon Prust for holding at 2:01. Carolina 26th with their power play. Montreal number 4 in terms of their kill. Semin gains entry. Moves in for a shot off a stick wide. The rebound. And a good tie-up by Markov on Jiri Tlusty. Eric Stahl sealed off by Lars Eller. Jeff Skinner goes to work. He'll dance. Shoot one. Off the goal post. Left side of Price. Now Lyles. Turning his Semin. Tlusty inside for Skinner. Jeff Skinner to the outside. Tlusty hits a hole. Denied by Price. In the slot. Brian Giunta gets it out of harm's way.
Best shift in some time from Jeff Skinner getting to the front of the net. I guess he just loves it when he's down 3-0 against the Montreal Canadiens because, of course, and we'd love to see history repeat itself. It was 3-0 in Raleigh that he scored 2 quick goals.
Andre Markov and Brendan Gallagher get the assists on the goal by Pacioretty, his 22nd goal of the season, which has made it 3-0 Habs. Out of the corner to Lucy. Jordan Stahl. This way for Justin Falk. Here it comes off a body. In the slot. Georges to the wall. Plekanec. He'll move it out.
Yeah, that's the difference, I think, in the game. It's actually been a lot more even than the 3-0 scoreboard. The Montreal Canadiens have found a way to get to the front of the net for second opportunities.
Now Jordan. Sandwiched by Georges. Douglas Murray. Murray in the corner. Peppered by Tuomo Ruutu. Douglas Murray throws on the brakes. Carolina had 2 shots with the power play. And now it's dumped back out by Plekanec away for Travis Mullen. Mullen over the line, moving on Falk. Montreal in the process of a line change. They grind along the boards. Falk for Carolina. Gallagher, a steal. Desharnais from the corner. David Desharnais pulls up. Orchestrates a pass. Shot taken. Pacioretty off the blocker of Hudobin. And it goes out of play.
Good release from Pacioretty out of Taft Prep School in Connecticut once upon a time. Skinner, you love to see when he's on his toes to get to the scoring areas. Heck of a save from Price, and then he follows it up with a good puck support play to Toulouse. And Price again, economy of motion. Stephon Wade has really helped Carey Price this year to not go down as easily.
Thomas Sarek, Grayson Bowman coming up on Beaulieu. Right out in front. Price shuts it down. A penalty will follow. Carolina back to the power play. Excellent play by Grayson Bowman.
I've liked his play the last few games. I thought he was a big part of Saturday's win against Ottawa with Malhotra and Gerby. His play away from the puck. We telestrated he fronted a puck on Subban in the first period, killing a penalty. Smart 2-on-1 shot. Was he in the clear here? And was he denied a good scoring opportunity? The referee determines that it's better to call the penalty in this case. It would have been Bowman's first career penalty shot, would it have not?
Nathan Beaulieu in the box. I believe you are correct. Eric Stahl and Plekanec on the draw. Second power play for Carolina. 2 for 16 last 5 with their power play coming in. Now Skinner. Out in front, rejected by Douglas Murray. Skinner again. Lyles. One-timer. Semin blocked by Josh Georges. Semin with a shot picked off by Carey Price. Should the Canes score in the power play? Duke Energy power play tonight. Caniacs who say the winning phrase receive a free Bowberry biscuit from participating Bojangles restaurants. Tomorrow morning, Bojangles. It's Bo time.
Boy, that's Semin's spot on Price. I've seen him score their high glove before. There, Carey Price. The definition of reading it just perfectly.
Now Murray slams one along the boards all the way back. Plenty of time left on the power play for Carolina. John Michael Lyles. Alexander Semin, Eric Stahl, Elias Lindholm, and Jeff Skinner out for Kirk Muller. Eric to the boards, moving it by Murray. Josh Georges back for the Canadiens. He tries to reverse. Plekanec is on it. Tomas Plekanec in the corner. Georges now. He's peppered by Lindholm as they jam in the corner. Out of the pile-up. It's a 5-man scrum. Make it 6. You see it up close. They continue to grind. The Canadiens want that. Lyles across. Skinner addresses. Lyles again. He'll look it over. Semin with a shot. Denied by Josh Georges. Then it goes out of play.
What a leader Georges has been in this game. Big part of the first goal by Prust. 2 huge blocks. And first block on Semin, but Semin gathers it. Doesn't dust it off. Sometimes that's what kills Semin of getting shots through or not. I mean, that's perfectly placed. Goaltender looks it right in the glove. Hurricanes beat Price a couple times glove high in Raleigh in the comeback. Certainly not there.
Off the face-off, it's one back. Tuomo Ruutu controlling that puck. Prust is over on him. Yemelin tries to move it. Prust again off a stick. Falk will keep the zone. He'll get it deep along the dasher by Toulouse. Andre Markov sealed off by Andre Sekera. Prust had it, lost it. Sekera broken up by Markov out to center ice. Sekera turning stick up Tuomo Ruutu, pickpocketed by Prust. Over the line, Jordan. Now Falk holding. Shooting one off Yemelin astray. Loose in the slot. Prust let it go. Wiped out of the zone by Lars Eller.
In the one-sided loss to Washington on Saturday, one of the areas Montreal actually won. They won faceoffs and they had more block shots. They've had some beauties. Georges and Emelin here.
Now Jordan. Tries to make it happen. Broken up. Gionta given a shove by Talusti. Jordan tries to center. Price plays it. Not out. Falk in control this way at Sekera. Here it comes. A tip. Off the pad of Price. Jiri Talusti in the dead slot. Plekanec not out again. Jiri Talusti turns inside. Moving wide is Ruutu. Tuomo Ruutu. Boljus out of the box. Centers one for Jordan, who attempts to fight off a man. He's tied up by Georges. Jordan to the wall on Plekanec along with Ruutu. Back to the point. Falk holding onto it. Here it comes. Blocked by Georges. Not out. Justin Falk hits it again. Blocked on the way through. Here's Tuomo Ruutu. Talusti. Jordan by him. Now Sekera. His shot goes wide. Out in front. Defended by Douglas Murray. Out to center ice, and the Canadiens survive.
Dominating shift from Jordan Staal. Ruutu, Talusti. Mayu did a nice job of getting in that shooting lane there late.
Now Gerby. Nathan Gerby with a shot off a stick off Georges. It goes on a play, and we get a stoppage. 12:38 left to go in the second period. An assortment of chances for the Hurricanes, including this one by Andrej Sekera. Pinballed aside by Carey Price.
Welcome back to second period action. Anytime the Hurricanes are on the road, there's a bit of internal competition. That's between the guys with a crossword puzzle competition. Kevin Westgarth used to hold the throne and complete them in seconds almost. Now Manny Malhotra, Jay Harrison, Riley Nash, and Ron Hainsey have some friendly competition amongst each other. And as I'm told, Manny Malhotra could be the closest to taking the crossword puzzle throne. Guys?
John, I'm going to have to let you take that. That's great stuff, Chantel, but I'm just not a crossword guy.
Here's a chance, and they get crisscrossed on it as Desharnais ties up Eric Staal off the draw. Prior to that faceoff, Carolina had lost all 10 faceoffs in the period so far. Now Eric Staal tries to move it along. Desharnais. Pacioretty denied by Lyles. It kicks around. Along the boards now. Pacioretty goes deep. Desharnais in back of the goal. Gallagher on the doorstep. Khudobin got a piece of it. Markov, Alexei Emelin. Rolling puck blocked by Eric Staal. Good hustle by Brendan Gallagher, but he's taken off it by Semin. Desharnais takes over. Moves it across for Markov in a high slot. Gallagher. Carolina circles back. Alex Semin turns back. Does a little figure skating. Separated by Desharnais. Semin gets back up. Lays it all the way back in the Montreal zone. Out to center ice, Eric Staal brings it in on the delayed offside, and the Canadiens start again. Here's Alexei Emelin through center ice. Hainsey at the line in control. Nathan Gerby from the center zone on the attack. Lays it ahead for Riley Nash. Steered along by Price. Gerby checked. He plays it well off of Emelin. Now Trayson Bowman tied up by Rene Bourque. Emelin. Gerby hard on him again. Loose along the boards, Daniel Briere. Out to center ice as we take a look at the shots so far. Carolina by 2.
It's been a mixed bag, to use a crossword maybe answer for the Hurricanes. They've done a lot of good things in this game. And it'll be a good stepping stone. They just made some key puck management or inability to maybe get whistles, like I've said, mistakes that has allowed a desperate team to capitalize. And the Canadiens have been hungry.
Lars Eller tries to get it by Jay Harrison. Harrison cancels him. Jordan moves it back out for Carolina. Jordan Staal crisscrossing with Skinner, but the play is offside.
Especially in the country of Canada. Jordan Staal was a candidate, part of the pre-season orientation camp in Calgary, and Subban made the hockey club. And unfortunately for him, things have dropped. He's seen a variety of partners. The Norris Trophy winner. I think sometimes, you know, especially in a place where there's so much scrutiny about what he should be, sometimes you can lose the ability to know what your strengths are. And he's seen a lot of defensive partners during this tough lull for Montreal on the blue line.
Yeah, he's always a lightning rod here, but he is a special player when he's on. Now it comes all the way back. Skinner out to center ice. Moved along by Elias Lindholm. Georges defending. He plays it well. Josh Georges, another good job. Subban gets support. Michael Bournival back out. The Canadiens out to neutral ice. Broken up by Eric Staal. Bournival gets it back. Punched along by Justin Falk and flung in the zone by Tomas Plekanec.
And Subban's a special person, too. I think he's a fantastic personality for the game. But by the way, the biggest leader on the defense has been the guy that wears one of the letters, and that's Georges tonight.
And that's his partner tonight. They're reunited. Aaron Palushai to the outside of Beaulieu. Leads it for Eric Stahl in a cycle. Stopping and starting on Murray. Centers one. Off of Hainsey, was up on the rush. I tried to outquick Douglas Murray in that situation. It almost worked. And now John Michael Lyles on the tape of Tuomo Ruutu through the D and all the way back.
Well, Hainsey knows where this game is at. And, you know, he's going to take some hopefully smart chances accordingly. But still, they have to be smart chances of when and when not to jump. We've seen this team score 3 goals against Montreal in 5 minutes. There's a lot of time.
Now along the boards. They headman the puck. You're looking at Tuomo Ruutu. Inside for Bowman. His shot kicked along by Carey Price. Drayson Bowman again. To the outskirts. Back to the point. Hainsey swings it across. Harrison with a shot off Travis Moen. Dug out by Tuomo Ruutu. Bowman this way. His pass detected, and it's broken up by George Peros. And out they go.
Good gap up there from Komisarek. Takes away ice, the former Montreal Canadian.
Bowman too far ahead of Toulouse. PK Subban elevates the puck. Gloved down by Harrison. Jay Harrison. Bowman going off on a change. A steal by Subban. PK Subban goes wide. Fancy move. He centers one off the stick of Hudobin. Now a lead pass. Alex Semin getting it from Eric Stahl. His shot blocked by Georges. He got it back. Out of the reach of Komisarek off the skate of Subban. Gallagher springs a man. Pacioretty. Sekera getting back. And he defends it beautifully. Now Semin for Eric. Eric Stahl over the line. Semin. One pass too many looking for Toulouse. Now along the boards. Broken up as Eric Stahl was taken down. And a penalty is called. We'll tell you about it when we come back. 8:01 left to go in period 2.
Brought to you by Kangaroo Express, your home of the $1.50 dog and drink. By Moe's Southwest Grill. Welcome to Moe's. And by the North Carolina Education Lottery. Play Powerball with Power Play from the North Carolina Education Lottery and get in the game. Jackpots start at $40 million.
Nice look at the Montreal Canadiens Hall of Fame, and this not necessarily is the Hall of Fame, maybe the Hall of Shame. PK Subban for hooking, setting up power play number 3 for Carolina.
Well, the Hurricanes have had some chances on their power plays. This is where I think Semin is rattled by a hot goaltender, because you got to shoot that puck, especially with the way he's been scoring of late. But you can think about where the Hurricanes would be at if their power play was actually clicking. They've won 10 out of 13, and the power play still has yet to find its consistent stride.
Eric Stahl, Elias Lindholm, Jeff Skinner, Alex Semin, John Michael Lyles. Power play unit number 1 for Kirk Muller. The Canadians have been great tonight at blocking shots. They have outblocked Carolina 13-5, and Josh Georges, who's on the ice to start off the kill, has 5 of those.
And about 4 of them on Semin. That's maybe one of the reasons that Semin decided to go for a pass when he could have fired away.
Georges from the corner. Double team. Eric dug it out nicely. Now Lyles orchestrating. Shooting one off the heavy metal square. Price never saw it. And the Canadians transition. Short-handed. Plekanec out in front. Chipped wide by Travis Moen.
That's a perfect traffic shot from Lyles, just not the bounce.
Eric with a shot stopped by Price. Loose to the boards. Alex Semin. Broken up by Yemelin. This is Plekanec. At the line with Prust. Brandon Prust with a shot read by Hudobin. Loose to the wall. Skinner coming back. Now it's Andrej Sekera's turn. 1:03 left to go in the power play. Sekera over the line. NHL's 3rd star this past week. Toulouse let it go. Semin back to the point. Here's Nathan Gerbe on a change. Inside now. Eric's shot goes wide. Loose this way. Sekera at the point. Away from Eller. Gerbe one more time inside. Now for the captain. Through the goal crease. Toulouse was lurking. And it comes all the way back out.
A good power play execution. That puck rolled on Eric Stahl. It's a good chance from the goal line. You've got a couple options. Take it to the net. Maybe go back door, and then the Lyles shot prior.
Now Falk. Jordan out in front. Good block by Yemelin. Falk gets it back. Gerbe. One-timer Sekera denied by Lars Eller. The second crack for number 4 off a body wide. Gerbe gets to it. Nathan Gerbe for Andrej Sekera. This way it's Falk. His shot denied by Andrei Markov. And the Canadians move it out.
This is the most blocked shots we've seen by a team against Carolina in one period all long by a country mile.
Now Yemelin will clear it. Pass to Dovin. Falk is back on it. Penalty has concluded. 2 shots on goal by Carolina. Now Jordan Staal plus the goal post. Now Jordan wheeled along for Ruutu, and it's swallowed by Carey Price. 5:47 left to go in the second period. How about a little heavy metal here in Montreal? John Michael Lyles right off the pipe. Down by 3 here in Montreal late in the second period.
Well, we talked about last night Bob Gorman switching a skate blade on Eric Staal right before he scored 2 goals last night. Watch Gorman's hand. He's got a blade for Jiri Tlusty, but Gorman actually told me you got to bring the guy on the bench and you got to really get behind him to be able to pull the trigger on the skate to pull the old blade out and put the new one in. Roughly half of the Hurricanes players are using that technology.
Now Bowman tries to convert. Nathan Beaulieu on him. And Desharnais. Pacioretty passing all the way across. Riley Nash for Carolina. Indirect pass finding Tuomo Ruutu. Bowman for the front. Never got through. Good play by Murray. Now Nash, his shot blocked. And the goaltender was Douglas Murray, who has the puck. The guy they call the crankshaft gets it back out to center ice.
Again, more block shots, block passes than I've seen. My gosh. And that shows a team that's hungry for a win, that has been hearing it from their city and their coach for the last few days.
Ron Hainsey to center ice. Nash never saw it. Eller leaves it there. Jay Harrison now paired with Ron Hainsey. Under 5 minutes left in the second period. Now Holtra. Gerby scoots in, out in front. Price got across. Belushi jamming, and it's tied up. Carey Price with Aaron Belushi on the doorstep, and Price has the puck.
The Hurricanes, I think, have outchanced the Montreal Canadiens in this game. Net drive from Malhotra. Look at Belushi, the focus, stick on the ice, and there's the side of Subban. That's difficult, quite honestly. It's broken coverage, but look at Carey Price. He does goalie drills with Stefan Waite, the goalie coach, coming over from Corey Crawford in Chicago after every practice. I've seen him work on drills just like that.
Belushi moves it along. Along the boards, Danny Briere broken up. Sekera with a shot off a stick. It goes in the screen. It goes off Lars Eller, and we get a stoppage of play.
By the way, John, those blades you saw, there's a suitcase, literally a black suitcase behind the bench that has the blades of the half of the team that are using those removable blades that are sharpened right to each individual player's liking. He's holding a Bob Gorman, a Jordan Staal stick. Jordan Staal converted to that technology this summer. So the president has the football. Bob Gorman, Skip Cunningham, George Elms, they have the suitcase with the blades.
23 years with this franchise, as we see for Bobby G, senior member of the equipment staff, along with Skip Cunningham, who's been with the team since inception, which is 1972. In a completely different league. Subban out to center. Plekanec now. Gionta over the line. Walks in. Centers one. Parked wide. Corny ball. Back it goes now. Subban. Gionta in control. Broken up by Jiri Tlusty in Carolina. Wheels back out to center ice. Here's Eric. Getting it from Semin. Shot easily detected by Carey Price. And it goes out of play. Caniacs catch a full hour of Carolina Hurricanes hockey talk with Mike Maniscalco during Coors Light Canes Corner at the Backyard Bistro. The next one is February 5th, and the guest will be to be announced. So it's yet to be determined on that. You can listen in on 99.9 The Fan.
And to be announced, our fine statistician Gary has the chances, yes, slightly favoring Carolina 16-14 in this game despite the 3-0 Canadian lead.
Turning is Skinner. Moving it by Andrei Markov, Alexei Yemelin along the boards, and back out by Lyles. This will be icing against the Canadians, and we'll swing it back.
Alexei Yemelin began the year injured. Then he wasn't the physical, bury every guy he can type of blue liner that he was during a contract extension. He's been physical tonight.
He missed the first 20 games with a knee problem. Price makes the save on Jeff Skinner right off the faceoff. Lars Eller moves up. Feeds it cross corner. Brandon Prust, who has a goal tonight, moves it inside. Eller on Lyles. Skinner is away. Moving up on Yemelin. 10-2 with the skates. Now the shot off the blocker. Jordan Staal holding onto that puck. Moving it by Elias Lindholm. Lars Eller looks around. Now Markov for Montreal. Hainsey takes a punishing hit from Brandon Prust, but stays with it. Jordan digs it out. Shot fanned on by Lindholm. His stick was thwarted by Yemelin, and now Jay Harrison. Jeff Skinner off a body off Lars Eller. Out they come. Lars Eller races in, drops it back. Good play. Jay Harrison.
Boy, that was a good play because he got back on the puck carrier, but he had that rangy stick to recover on the drop pass.
Here's Riley Nash moving up on Beaulieu. Along the boards, Nathan Beaulieu ties him up, and now the youngster will wheel back out to center ice. Travis Moen gets it ahead. Anton Hudobin is out to play it. Drayson Bowman coming back for Carolina. A steal. The Canadians momentarily trap the zone. Now it's brought out by Justin Falk to the outside. His shot goes wide of Carey Price. Tuomo Ruutu. Ruutu getting to it. They'll attempt to get it deep. Beaulieu cuts it off, and now Montreal, as we see, has control, and away they go. They lay it ahead. Sekera. It's a little pick from Riley Nash, who thwarted George Parros, so now Drayson Bowman with a shot off a stick. It goes high. It stays in play. Max Pacioretty with a long pass. Goes by David Desharnais. Icing is called here with 2 minutes left in the second period.
Well, Jay Harrison, I think, has started to locate his confidence on a consistent basis. There, Skinner tries to get it deep, and it leaves Jay in a tough position. See, now he's got to get back on Eller, but once Eller drops the puck, you don't know if Hainsey's going to get there. That's an excellent stick from Jay Harrison.
Top line is out. 18 minutes gone in the second period. John Tripp and Chantel with you as always. Canes will take on the St. Louis Blues at PNC Arena on Friday night. Now Nathan Beaulieu. Eric Staal on the forecheck for Carolina. Out of the pileup, Tulosti had Semin, but it's detected. Gallagher tried to get it out. Eric out in front again for Tulosti, denied as he was tied up by Murray. And the Canadians will escape harm. Nathan Beaulieu away for Brendan Gallagher. He's one of 3 Montreal goals thus far. Now it goes deep. Tulosti on the boards.
Good matchup for Carolina with the big line out against Douglas Murray. He's the crankshaft, but he's not the guy that plays against top lines. And Tulosti, another good goal line look.
Now Semin. Eric Staal. PK Subban elevates the puck. Harrison ahead of Pacioretty. Mike Komisarek. Eric Staal over the line. Moves in. The shot thwarted by Georges. PK Subban off the boards. Warneyval for the Canadians gets it out. Desharnais can't get to it. He shied away from Harrison, but David Desharnais succeeds in getting it deep.
Very close to too many men on the ice for Carolina.
Now Jordan Staal rink wides the pass out to center ice. Plekanec spanning on one. Brian Gionta in the zone. Drop pass, Plekanec. Good block, Komisarek. And now Jordan Staal. Away from Bournival. Michael Bournival. Brian Gionta held up by Mike Komisarek. 27 seconds left to go in the second period. Just a bevy of humanity over there in the corner. And they pop it out. Alexei Yemelin looking for a tip, none available. Plekanec. Yemelin! Great save! Hudobin Gionta off of Hudobin Bournival! And Hudobin has that one!
Hey, John, just like New Year's Eve, just like last night, Hurricanes, great second period. They came from behind against Montreal on New Year's Eve. They came from behind on Columbus last night. Hudobin with this flurry of dazzling work, not giving up on the game. Who knows? May have just given Carolina a chance again. It begins with the nifty one-timer with the glove on Emelin. It's really the same type of thing here tonight. Carolina power plays in the second. No conversions. They had the 5-on-3 the last time against Montreal. They felt they were playing better. But if they come back, they need those saves.
Rust with a shot. Sealed off by Hudobin. Little trouble brewing out in front. And the siren goes, which concludes the second period. Here at the Bell Center, Trayson Bowman will be Chantel McCabe's guest for the PNC Bank second intermission. Montreal pads their lead. Max Pacioretty in the second period. Canadiens 3, Hurricanes no score on Fox Sports Carolinas.
Carolina Hurricanes hockey is brought to you by Raleigh Orthopedics. Go where the pros go. Raleigh Orthopedic. By Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness. And by Ontario Tourism. Go fish in Ontario.com. Get hooked.
More of the Canadiens Hall of Fame here at the Bell Center. We start the third period. Before we do, Chantel McCabe is standing by with Canes goaltending coach Greg Steffen.
Back-to-back starts for Anton Khudobin. What are you expecting in the third?
Well, we're still in this game, believe it or not. We're down 3-0, but, you know, we came back on them before. They're going through some tough times now, so you never know. We got to be patient. We got to get the next goal and see what happens from there.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
He's right. He's absolutely right, and that's why I thought. Now, the reason they were down 3-0 was certainly had nothing to do with Anton Khudobin. If it had gone to 4-0, because they've ridden Khudobin so much, it might have been a chance to get Justin Peters some work, but not when you have that history of not only coming back, but against this team.
That's right. They will have a couple of days to rest, although the Hurricanes will stay here tonight because of the weather in Raleigh, and we hope everybody is safe back at home. We understand the roads are not good already. Hurricanes will jet home tomorrow morning and then face St. Louis on Friday night. Carey Price to the wall. Josh George is out to center. John Forslund, Trip Tracy, Chantel McCabe from the Bell Center here in Montreal, on with our fine production team. We'll be on Fox Sports Carolinas on Friday night, starting with Hurricanes live at 6:30. Michael Bornyball. Trap chance denied by the paddle of Anton Khudobin, and the Hurricanes get it back out to center.
And that's where they want Alex Semin. They want the North-South hockey here, but he's buying time, and this is what you can't have. You have to make sure you keep moving it forward.
Over the line, Jordan on a change. Pacioretty on him. Lyles off the stick, but he brought it in offside. So we get a stoppage of play. We've looked at a lot of things since New Year's Eve, and take a look at these numbers right here. Since December 31, the Hurricanes on top of the National Hockey League in terms of face-off acumen, but having a tough time here tonight.
You know, and block shots is one sign, but face-offs are another of a team's desperation level. And even though the Hurricanes have done a lot of good things, Montreal, you knew they'd be desperate. They have.
Looking for that first goal, maybe here. Price makes the save on John Michael Lyles. Now Jordan Staal out to center ice. Lyles now in control, will get it deep.
Yeah, Markov was right there too to help out Price. Perhaps got a piece of it.
In the corner now, Yemelin on Jordan Staal. Andre Markov to the outside off the boards. Gallagher knocking it down. He'll attempt to move it by Ron Hainsey. It comes all the way back. Lyles ahead of Gallagher. Now Pacioretty out in front. Forked wide by Desharnais, who was wide open. Now back it goes for Douglas Murray. Inside, Desharnais. Jordan Staal in control. The Hurricanes now attempt a breakout. Gallagher cuts it off for Montreal. Batted along by Pacioretty.
Right now, Bowman on the line where Skinner usually is with Lindholm. It may have just been a partial change.
Grayson Bowman now. Gets it ahead. Beaulieu taken care of by Nash. A loose puck. They turn it over. Here's Sekera to the outside. His shot goes wide of Carey Price. Now Justin Falk moves it off a stick and deep. Douglas Murray hunts it down for Montreal. Checked by Tuomo Ruutu, who has control top of your screen. Now it's Nash on the exchange. He's thwarted by Brandon Prust. And they jam along the boards. It kicks out. The Canadiens have it. And away they go. Heller headmans for Rene Bourque. Bourque in the zone, pulls up. Justin Falk defending for the Hurricanes, and now they start again.
Rene Bourque, who has started to be mentioned as a guy who knows that could be moved, the former Calgary Flame in the Mike Camilleri deal.
Heavy rumors in that regard yesterday. P.A. Parento of Colorado in exchange for him, but they say the trade obviously didn't happen, but they say Montreal turned it down. Bourneval pulled up. Now Plekanec off the stick of Hainsey. Gianta let it go. Bourneval back to the point. Here's Georges. He'll move it along the kick plate. Tomas Plekanec, top of your screen, through the slot. Negated by Eric Stahl, and away they go. Eric through the middle now. Semin over the line for Eric. Give and go time. Semin to the outside, defended by Georges. Up top, it's Jay Harrison. His shot off the body. It struck Yuri Talusny, and it's a breakaway. Brian Gianta. Harrison getting back. It goes wide. The rebound, and Hudobin slid across. As Harrison did all he could.
He sure did. He really did, just to even force Gianta's hand ever so slightly, and maybe that's why he misses the net.
Now Alexander Semin scales it ahead. Carey Price is out to play it. You're looking at Josh Georges, who's played so well tonight, out to center ice. Travis Mullen interrupted by Falk. They keep it moving forward. George Peros along the boards, turned over. Elias Lindholm moves it for Andrei Sekera. Over the line. Jordan run into by Alexei Yemelin. A loose puck as we see. Lindholm wins the battle. Now Justin Falk. They're neutralized, picked off by Markov. The Canadians were trapped offside. They think twice and start again.
I agree with you. Other than Carey Price facing, stopping 28 shots en route to at least a shutout right now, Josh Georges has been the best player Montreal has had.
He's been great. Now through center ice it goes by Aaron Palushai. Palushai, I should say, and now deep it's Douglas Murray, broken up by Gallagher along the boards. Harrison moving up. Palushai out of the corner. Inside it goes for Manny Malhotra, denied by Douglas Murray. Pacioretty off a stick. Nathan Beaulieu back in his own zone. Palushai comes across, and it goes back out to center ice. It rolls around, an odd kick there for John Michael Lyles, and they start again.
They shouldn't have done that, trying to jinx a goaltender out of a shutout.
Well, you're part of the union. It comes all the way back.
But I'm a Carolina guy, and I just figured that vetoed the union.
Some would like that. Now it comes all the way back.
Well, let's watch here. Harrison, I mean, this is effort. I don't think he gets any piece of the offering, but I know that Gianta felt those footsteps coming. Good challenging play from Hudobin, and then lively end boards here in Quebec.
Off the face-off, Lyles back out to center ice for PK Subban of Montreal. This way it's Rene Bourque. Bourque over the line, off a stick. It deflects in on Hudobin. He'll move it. Around the wall for Alex Semin, who turns it over to Rene Bourque, and the Canadians start again. PK Subban for Lars Eller. Momentarily pickpocketed by Semin, who now attempts to get it deep, and he succeeds.
He's a step off of where he was last week. Alex Semin, that is.
Now Sekera back in his own zone. Hurried a bit by Lars Eller. The pass unattainable, comes back, and icing is called here against Carolina.
You know, after the two big wins in Philadelphia and Buffalo, John, you want to win every night. Of course you do. But I said to myself, well, with Ottawa and then a tough back-to-back Columbus, who's been a difficult out for Carolina and Montreal, somehow this team needed to get 4 out of 6 points at least. They achieved that, and they're going for gravy. But to me, they needed at least 4 out of 6 out of the 3 games tonight.
Semin with a shot well wide of Price. The follow-up, Eric, caught by Price off net. And a penalty is called up top by Mark Jonette. Tripping is the indication, and Alexander Semin will take a seat.
It's just the second penalty to the Hurricanes all night, isn't it? As I said, Semin had the really good games against Florida, Tampa. He was good in Philadelphia. Scored twice in Buffalo. I thought did things to help his team win against Ottawa, although he started to slow down. Friday night, the rest of this one, and Friday night against the Blues will be a big bounce back for him.
Second power play for the Canadians. Beaulieu. Away now for Desharnais. Nathan Beaulieu inside by Gallagher. Out of the corner, Pacioretty. Now David Desharnais. Pacioretty again for Beaulieu. A wrister. Off a body, chest wide as Hudobin scrambled back. Pacioretty off the stick of Malhotra. Gathered in by Gallagher. Now Beaulieu with a shot caught by Anton Hudobin.
Now would be the time to add to the tally of shorthanded goals when it comes to season leaders. It's a very impressive statistic. Unfortunately, when you look at the special teams percentages, the penalty killing and the power play are not the reasons why the Hurricanes are on a great roll right now. I mean, I can only imagine if they really get them going where they'll be.
7 of those 9 on the road. Now Desharnais. Back it goes. Beaulieu this way for Markov. Diagonally across in the skates of Jordan Stahl, knocked down by Sekera. And a good job by Desharnais. Pacioretty, Gallagher, a one-toucher from Markov. Off the post by Khudobin and off the post. Lindholm attempts to get it out. Pacioretty kicked on Khudobin. Loose in the dead slot and broken up by Lindholm, and they kill time.
That was the old flick before you should flick. So that's what happens sometimes. You flick it, you want it to the corner, and that if you do it too quickly, it can lead to the post.
Lars Eller steps in. Gerby off the boards. Just about 7 minutes gone in this third period. 3-0 Montreal. 42 seconds left on their second power play. Here comes PK Subban for Lars Eller. Eller to the outside. Moves it by Harrison. Danny Briere. Subban at the point. This way it's Georges. A wrister stopped by Khudobin. He spat out a rebound. And it goes off Rene Bourque. Now it goes deep. Lars Eller moved by Bourque. Briere in tight. Rene Bourque again. PK Subban walking the line. Daniel Briere holding inside for Eller. To the half boards he goes now. Subban with a shot caught by Khudobin.
It's strange. On the ones you think he's going to have trouble controlling rebounds, he absorbs them. And on the ones you think, this is an easy whistle, sometimes it ends up leading to an adventure. Good play by Andrej Sekera there, turning and finding Desharnais. Heck of a play. See, you flick too soon. That stick turns sideways and it actually creates a hole, but Andrej Sekera didn't assume anything and made a key play.
12:26 left to go here in the third period. Back it goes for PK Subban. A wrister through traffic blocked by Sekera. Palusti out of the corner. Headed down by Eric Staal. Penalty has concluded. Semin out of the box. Subban elevates the puck. Justin Falk at the line. Eric Staal lost his stick. Now it's carried by Palusti. A little backhander kicked down with a purpose by Price. Semin. Broken up by Bornibal. Lead feed. Tomas Plekanec. Gionta for the front. Steered along by Khudobin. Brian Gionta. Off Alexander Semin. Michael Bornibal tied up by Justin Falk. They jam along the boards. Jordan Staal gets over for Carolina, not out. Alexei Emelin at the point, a wrister wide. Drifting again, Khudobin, and he melts it down. 11:36 left to go in regulation time. Montreal 3, Carolina, no score. Staal brothers tonight in La Belle Province looking for some of the same magic they had last night in Raleigh.
Last night in Raleigh, December 31st in Raleigh. Heck of a play there, the first one of Bobrovsky. Jiri Tlusty winning that battle with Toot. Semin getting it down. Eric Staal scoring again. And then Jordan coming underneath. Lindholm helping to create the seam and making just a beautiful play. That was the game you really had to have. You want this in the wild card scenario. They're all big, but the one against Columbus, especially immense.
That's a daily grind in terms of those standings. Now Lyles moving up with a shot read by Douglas Murray. Carried along by Carolina's Tuomo Ruutu. Grayson Bowman for the Hurricanes. Moves it back to the point. Skate to stick Lyles. Lyles off a stick. Broken up. Dumped off the wall by Nathan Beaulieu and back out. Brendan Gallagher fought off by Hainsey. Desharnais broken up by Nash, and awaiting that pass was Pacioretty, and he was all alone in front. Now Ruutu. Hainsey with a shot. Caught aside by Carey Price. Now Ruutu. Shot by Justin Falk is blocked on the way through by Pacioretty, and they get it back out. Next, Pacioretty goes to work. Anton Khudobin out to play it. He'll move it free. And now Hainsey for Carolina through the center zone all the way back. Price puts it on a tee for PK Subban.
You talk about the skating ability of Pacioretty. To be able to beat Falk on that race is very impressive.
Now Travis Mullen lays the body on Justin Falk. Now Holtra for the Hurricanes. Aaron Palushai in control. Away they go. He gets it from Gerby. Aaron Palushai, Nathan Gerby turns, shoots one. Denied by Carey Price. Sekera over skating. Daniel Briere on it for the Canadians. Back out to neutral ice. John Michael Lyles this way for Nathan Gerby. He goes off on a line change and gets it deep. We are halfway through period 3. Hurricanes down by 3. Harrison back in his own zone. It propels all the way in on Carey Price. Moved by Markov. Lyles now for the Hurricanes, paired with Jay Harrison, Talusti, Semin. Eric Stahl come out. This is Eric. Looking for Talusti. It rolls in on Carey Price, and no further play. 9:35 left to go in the third period from the Bell Center. And Carey Price and his team are up by 3.
We're back in the third period, and Canes fans, you've seen the Rex commercials numerous times with that cute little baby that features Jay Harrison, Tuomo Ruutu, and Cam Ward. In our next broadcast, we bring you behind the scenes where the players were suspended from the ceilings. Check that out. You won't want to miss it, so tune in on Friday, guys.
Oh, that's interesting stuff right there.
It is. I mean, Chantel was talking about crossword puzzles earlier in the game, and now that makes me think of the other game, Hangman. Did you ever play that,
all
John?
the time? Yeah.
No, that's a good
like
one.
That.
I do like that one.
Yeah. Hangman. Give me an O. Now Plekanec over the line with a shot. Off the end wall, Borneball. Good stick coming back with Skinner, Gianta. Michael Borneball grinds the cycle away for Plekanec. It goes deep. Out of the corner now, Gianta. Jordan Stahl gets in the way for Carolina. It's off the stick of Plekanec and back out. Alexei Yemelin in control. He'll wheel ahead.
The Hurricanes don't do anything magical again these last 9 minutes. This 4-game homestand before the Olympic break is going to be huge, especially when you look at the road trip immediately after.
Starts with St. Louis on Friday night. Winnipeg, led by Paul Maurice, who's done a fine job in his new role as the head coach of the Winnipeg Jets. They will be in on Tuesday for the second game of the 4-game homestand. Justin Falk now out to center ice. Falk over the line. Talusti now will shove it in. Josh Georges, Lars Ellers. Georges takes a hit to make a play. Talusti a steal. Eric Stahl spots a man at Sekera. His shot cut off by Carey Price.
Awesome save. Great execution on the boards from Eric Stahl to get it to Sekera. And Price is just in one of those zones, John.
He certainly is. And Alex Steen has been in a zone all season for the St. Louis Blues. They come in on Friday.
Well, his value is even when he's not scoring, and he is scoring this year, he's the type of guy that never, because of his defensive play on the forward side of the puck, never leaves the next line or any of his teammates in a bad spot. But, you know, that great outdoor game at Dodger Stadium, Bruce Boudreau said about Jonas Hiller, you could just tell halfway through the game, nothing was going to beat him. Price pretty much looks like that tonight.
Bowman off the side of the goalpost, right off the faceoff. Might have been tipped on the way through. Anton Hudobin will freeze ahead of Rene Bourque. Let's take a look at tonight's Storm Tracker.
Well, good first period. The Hurricanes outshot Montreal in the first period, but they were down. And so it didn't go that way, their way. And the New Year's Eve power play. The power play got Carolina back in the game. It's had chances tonight, but it hasn't struck. And it really, those chances are going to have to lead to confidence and conversions starting on this homestand, if not late in this game. They really are.
Final road game for the Hurricanes before the Olympic break. Lyles along the boards and back out. Beaulieu, Gerby in the zone. As Malhotra out in front. Briere got back for Montreal. Hainsey at the point. George Peros is on him. Now Nathan Beaulieu back out. Through the center zone. It deflects off the stick of Travis Moen. And you see it come all the way back. John Michael Lyles. Manny Malhotra at his side. And the Hurricanes start the breakout.
Now this crowd is lively. That's why the first period was so important, because with the Canadians reeling like they are in a place like this, if Carolina gets in front, they start turning.
Here's a chance, but it eludes the stick of Jeff Skinner. Justin Falk now is back on it. Skinner at the line. Murray converges on him. Takes a hit from Jordan. This is Alexei Yemelin. Stolen by Carolina's Skinner, now Lindholm. He's thwarted on the way back that time. It just goes by Skinner. Now Justin Falk at the point. Jordan Stahl hunts it down. Douglas Murray reads the play for the Canadians, plays it along the boards. And they get it all the way back towards the Carolina blue line.
Boy, this three-day break will be good for Falk and Sekera. Although I think they've been quite good again tonight. And I mean, I keep looking. They've had a couple of off periods or off nights, but they always bounce back quickly.
Brendan Gallagher away from Eric Stahl, taken down in the process. Jay Harrison threads it back. This is icing against Carolina. The freeze cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Well, I thought Montreal in the first period did establish their game with a lot of traffic. This was late in the second, and, you know, all of a sudden with this sequence, starting with the Emelin one-timer and then Captain Brian Gionta, I'm like, well, we might be staring a comeback right in the face again.
Alex Semin in his own zone. Mike Komisarek away from David Desharnais. Eric leaves it for Tulosti. Negotiating his way through, attempts to fight off Desharnais. In the center zone, Eric Stahl for Jay Harrison. Heavy shot fended off by Price. PK Subban met by Jiri Tulosti. Harrison reads it at the point. Semin calling for it. Eric Stahl in on Price ahead of Tulosti. No further play.
That's a good play from Jay Harrison. Keeps that puck in, bats it out of midair. Good board play. And it's Georges in front with great coverage again. That's Josh Georges. He's been the leader aside from Price. But Jay Harrison has had a fine night. He really has.
Harrison gets refreshed. See the numbers this season for the veteran now off the draw. Ron Hainsey moves it by Drayson Bowman. Riley Nash sends it back to the point for Lyles. Nash turns, looking for a tip out of the reach of Tuomo Ruutu. Now Brian Gionta. Tomas Plekanec, Gionta going wide. Moving up, kicked out by Hudobin. Played here by Douglas Murray. Off a body, blocked by Lyles. Nash turns it over to Murray, who gets to it. Now Ron Hainsey back in his own zone. Was by John Michael Lyles. Now it's carried out by Riley Nash. Gloved down by Markov. The Canadians start again. Montreal looking to halt a 4-game skid. Carolina has won 4 games in a row. Anton Hudobin out to play it. 5:19 left in this third period.
And the Hurricanes will get to see these Canadians one more time in the next week or so.
Malhotra walks in alone, and Price got it. It goes in the screen. And that's the way it's been tonight for Malhotra and the Hurricanes, and in large part to Carey Price. Montreal with a 3-0 lead. We're going down the stretch here in Montreal. Manny Malhotra had the breakaway on Carey Price.
But they've challenged this club on several occasions where they have had success before, and he has just been superb. Superb. And Manny has scored quite a few goals in the last month. So he has confidence. He had 2 on Saturday, and Carey Price, to me, has shown. You know, he's been off a bit lately, but has really been hung out to dry, as you said. For me, he and Ben Bishop, the 2 leaders for the Vezina Trophy.
Now Bourque. Cross off the stick of Jordan Staal. It goes deep. In the Carolina zone, Lars Eller. Alexei Emelin. Andrei Markov now. He'll get it deep. Off the stick of Bourque. Sekera finds a man. It's Justin Faulk. And out they go.
We understand we are having more technical problems. We apologize for that. We'll bring you the sounds of this game. Brandon Rust now on the right wing side in the Carolina zone. Bourque back to the point. Near side, it's Josh Georges. Rust centers one out in front. Alex Semin has the puck. The Hurricanes now in the center zone. Eric Stahl over the Montreal line for Alex Semin walking in. Stahl near side of the goal. Centers one off a body. Off the goal post. And Montreal has it. Lars Eller for Rene Bourque. The Hurricanes desperately try to keep it in at the point, but it's ruled offside.
Well, the Louvre Museum in Paris is French, so let me see if I can paint the picture.
Go right ahead.
With our difficulties, and Alex Semin.
And Alex Semin, in a scoring area, had a chance to fire that puck vintage Semin style, the way he's scored goals of late, and he passed the puck. And that's what they're going to need to return. That's his strength. You know, he's made some dazzling passes, but in the words of President General Manager Jim Rutherford, he was brought in to score goals. He's been scoring. He's going to have to get back to that mentality against the Blues in the Biggie on Friday.
Ron Hainsey now by Drayson Bowman, all the way back in the Montreal zone. Riley Nash on Douglas Murray. 3:50 left in this third period. Out of the corner, broken up, Bowman. As Ruutu's shot was blocked, and you see it careen all the way back in the Carolina zone. Hudobin let it go for Ron Hainsey. Long stretch pass for Drayson Bowman. 2 defenders back. To the outside of Beaulieu. His shot off Nathan Beaulieu. And it goes out of play. Let's take a look at the standings in the Eastern Conference. We have updated most of this. Philadelphia tonight with a 5-0 win at home over Detroit, and now they are number 3 in the Metro.
Okay, so the one other pure goal scorer is Skinner, and he's been in a bit of a drought too. They need both of those guys to reassert themselves against St. Louis, and I'll tell you this. Philadelphia has to go to California right before the break. Carolina goes after. Both of those situations are going to be very, very important when you just look at the matchup between those 2 teams. Carolina game in hand.
Columbus goes there too. Columbus heads out west. Now Palushan moving up on Yemelin. Carolina, after the Olympics, will have 5 straight on the road. Buffalo, Dallas, and the 3 teams in California. Now goes off Markov. Falk off net, caught by Carey Price easily. 3:07 left in this 3rd period.
Yeah, I truly believe that this 4-game segment, beginning with the Blues, is going to be crucial when we look back at Game 82. The Hurricanes through their own great play. This would have been gravy, and I think they've done a lot of good things that they could have had a better result. There's still 3:07 left here. But that game in Buffalo after the break, guys like Falk and Sekera, Semin, they're going to have played a lot of hockey. They're going to need some depth and fresh bodies to really compensate, and they have that depth.
Now Yemelin for Prost, who started the scoring in the 1st period. Second goal scored by Brendan Gallagher. Max Pacioretty with a goal in the 2nd period for Montreal. Prost. Eller now. This is Rene Bourne for a chance. Stopped and covered by Anton Khudobin. Let's take a look at the Hurricanes teeth-rattling check of the game presented by Dr. Tom Long, team dentist for the Carolina Hurricanes. It's Tuomo Ruutu.
And Ruutu on Lars Eller, who used to be a member of the Hurricanes' next opponent, the St. Louis Blues. And Ruutu, of course, will be coming back in the Olympic break as well. Carolina actually played, I thought, a pretty solid hockey game on back-to-back nights earlier this year. It's where Pietrangelo injured Semin with a clean body check. That's going to be a good measuring stick under Ken Hitchcock, the type of good structured team that they are.
They are a great team. Out of the corner. Miles now. Loose puck. It's Tuomo Ruutu. Ron Hainsey. Just inside his own line. Flushed out by Danny Briere. This is John Michael Lyles on the tape of Drayson Bowman, who gets it ahead. Josh Georgian's in control. Hard around it goes. Hainsey reads it. Keeps it ahead for Riley Nash. Now Lyles looking for a lane. The shot goes wide. The rebound, David Desharnais. Stolen by Nash. Now Ruutu drops it back to Lyles. Here it comes off the blocker of Carey Price. In back of the goal now. Ruutu. Hainsey looking for Bowman. Steered but not out by Subban. Here's Lyles. Saucering the puck for Bowman. Inside for Tuomo Ruutu. Given a jolt by P.K. Subban. Desharnais separated from it momentarily. And the Canadians do, in fact, get it out. Briere on Lyles. Loose along the boards now. Hainsey lugs it out for Carolina. It deflects all the way in on Carey Price. He'll play it in the trapezoid along for Markov. Now Plekanec with an indirect pass. Broken up by Eric Stahl. 1:22 left in this 3rd period. Justin Falk over the line. Here's Talusti. Looking for Falk. Out of the corner. Here's Eric out in front. It goes astray. Semin in control. Alex Semin. Let's wait for Justin Falk. He'll settle it down. Eric Stahl. Semin darting through the slot. Alex Semin looks for a loose puck. Broken up. Steered out of the zone. It's Portugal. Under a minute left. Khudobin leaves it there for Sekera. There's one story left tonight here in Montreal. Sekera through the middle. Talusti over the line. Hit by Murray. Eric Stahl goes to work on the Montreal defense. Centers one, negated by Murray. Off the boards by Desharnais. And all the way back out.
Well, when you're in a rut, when you're lacking confidence, most cases you need your best players to lead the way to dig out. And Carey Price, George is on the blue line, and Pacioretty, to me, have done it.
Montreal Canadiens attempting to stop a 4-game losing streak tonight. And this will end a 4-game winning streak for the Hurricanes, and Carey Price has been a leader.
The reason that he's the biggest leader and has taken so many strides in his game is his practice habits. I watched it before. He truly has that competitive level like you hear about with Dominik Hasek. Josh Georges, to me again, he's been the leader on the blue line, and Pacioretty with 2 points up front.
Off the draw. Harrison off the boards, back out. 15 seconds left. Price out to play it. He'll move it. Douglas Murray looks around. In control. Back for Georges. He's going to rock on defense. Bourque off the boards. Prust back out. We'll count it out here at the Bell Center. Third shutout this season for Carey Price. The Montreal Canadiens defeat the Carolina Hurricanes 3-0.
This truly is one of those games that could have had a completely different result. In terms of what Carolina generated for their 5th game in 7 nights, they generated a bunch. Montreal will look at the fact that their franchise goaltender helped to right the ship, but in terms of moving forward for Carolina to a big-time 4-game homestand where they have started to develop a home ice advantage over the last month, I don't think the Hurricanes will have a lot of trouble discarding this one because they did a lot of good things. I'm not saying that to try to paint a nice picture. It's the truth, but they now have to go home and take advantage of being back at PNC, Blues, Jets, Panthers, and these Canadiens again.
Final count, the Montreal Canadiens 3, the Carolina Hurricanes no score. Special place, the Bell Center here in Montreal, the most storied franchise in the league. Anton Khudobin has been hot, and so were the Hurricanes, riding a 4-game winning streak coming in. But tonight, the Montreal Canadiens had more. They had leadership from every position, and for Michel Therrien, they got it done. Full post-game coverage comes your way next with Hurricanes Live from the Bell Center here in Montreal. 3-0 Canadiens right here on Fox Sports.